So in this one, we have to discuss a problem in Dragon Ball Legends, and I think it has become a very much more glaring problem now with the release of the Tag 4s and Legends Fest beginning, and the expectation from last year's Legends Fest to this year's Legends Fest, and not even the units that came from this one being underwhelming or overwhelming or whatever they are individually, but the units prior to, and two specific units as you can see in the thumbnail, the androids and then Beast Gohan, their power in comparison to the rest of the game from their releases, because these are the main two units that really came out, and then months down the line, Ultras, LFs, normal Sparkings just couldn't compete at all, especially with the androids, and now with Beast Gohan, especially with the Tag 4's existence. And I think we have to get over this discussion here, really hammer it through. So what the 3 parts of this video will be is going over what the problem is in this game right now, and then part 2 would be how it does affect the game and what it's doing to the game in a negative light, and the third part, the final part, will be a solution or a attempted solution. I don't fully know a solution, but I think there could be an attempt with some ideas I do have, but we can go through, we can look at the androids. I have them pulled up on the side here. They came out, and honestly I could just show you guys kind of their, I guess, time frame of coming out, because I pulled them on release, right? They came out on, what is this, April 19th, right? I do believe so. So, I'm going to scroll through the banners very quickly, and the banners that they came out prior to was, okay, we have, let's see, we have Kaioken, we have Dragon Fist, we have Gogeta. These banners are definitely not noticed yet. MUI, have a lot of new units here that were from the anniversary, where the androids were just simply better. I mean, we could see right here, actually, Jiren had existed, and then Jiren's whole existence was just nullified. Everything about him. Honestly, I don't have to sort this by LFs, it's just sorting by LFs to make it simpler for you guys to notice the LF differential, but we could scroll down here just a tad bit. They came out right here, and Kaioken, alright, gone. Vanished from the meta. Jiren, gone. Vanished from the meta. Units prior to, Bardock, he didn't even have a team, and the androids still came out, and Bardock got even worse off. Like, the android's existence killed out units months prior. Like, look here. Never used. Ever again, Kaioken. Never used. Ever again, Jiren. Never used. Ever again, Bardock. Ever. You see the problem? Where just this one unit eclipsed and capitalized on every unit that came out in recent summary to them and made them just not exist. Ultra Gogeta was worse off than the androids because the androids were such a good unit where they power creeped the Ultra. And by the way, this same Ultra they power creeped is the best aging Ultra in the game. Probably going to be the best aging unit in the game. But yet the androids on their initial release power creeped even him. Even Sword of Hope, who was a good blue unit, he honestly was. He was power creeped by the androids. And we just keep going through with their timeline here. MUI didn't eclipse anything. You ran red, purple. That was the best team in the game. It was MUI stalling. That's literally all he did. With boost, he did a little bit of damage, but he was stalling. Then the whole premise was, okay, droids land a green card, you pop fucking Whis to come into the battlefield, or whatever, just have Whis on the team. You have green card spawning. You land a green card, you win. It was red, purple, right? The only stopping to the androids came months afterwards, where after they had already neutered one hype celebration, one hype LF, another hype LF, another hype Ultra, the first Ultra, and then LFs prior to were already falling down, they just ruined it. They ruined everything. All these 1% units, these EXs, everything, they didn't matter. None of them mattered, no. The best team in the game was red, purple during Anniversary until MUI's boost ended. And even so, androids still had good value. Their value had gone down with USV coming out, but they weren't gone. They weren't dead. It's more like a band-aid, right? It was USG, USV still running around doing their thing and really stopping the androids from really going berserk crazy, but they could still go berserk crazy. You get one drop combo, okay, boom, one of your ultras is dead. Okay, you just fumbled the bag entirely. Good luck, have fun. You can't win this shit now. Not obviously, VB getting his Zenkai and all that stuff, it did help a little bit more because more sniping potential. But the fact that it took from April, remember, April, so it's mid-April, May, June, July, August, because that's when USV came out, right? August, did he not come out around there? To stop the androids. This one LF from a non-celebration. How did it take that? How did it take 5 months? It didn't full stop them. They didn't full stop. The androids full stop when other teams got buffs. Not because they got countered out because this blue, this yellow are very strong number 1, number 2 units in the game. They didn't stop there. They just got hurt by there. And now we have this problem once again. I mean, dude, this guy was number 1. Cooler was number 1. Easily. No one thought Cooler would stop being number 1. Nobody thought anything would happen to Cooler. He thought he'd be safe. We got Ultra Gogeta. We got Ultra Vegito. These are very good units. They're going to run around, and Cooler's going to just retain value for months on months, and he's going to stay top 10. He's going to stay top 5. Maybe off boost he'll be like top 7, 8 at like the lowest end, but he's going to be great forever. And then Beast Gohan drops, and it's like, Cooler's not even top 10. He's not. He is no way, shape, or form top 10. And just to drop the Cooler topic for a second here, Trunks. Trunks is the most forgotten unit. 1, because Beast. 2, because you give a non-cover null. This is what you do. This is what you did. This is what you did. You did this. You give a unit no cover null on build-up. With having retainable build-up, I'll say, but no cover null for a build-up character that's meant to do damage. That's green. When the blue, that he could have stopped if he had some cover null and just more time to get that neutrality gone, could be gone. Then more effectively, with cover null, you didn't give cover null. You make Trunks intentionally worse than he has to be by not giving him cover null, so the blue unit retains his highest value of his number 1 unit without any dispute, without any issue, without any problems with any unit from the past months or anything. Because look, Dragon Fist, slow, doesn't have the highest damage inflicted, doesn't have the highest stats, he can't stop, right? Trunks has no cover null, so he can't ramp up all the time. Just can't do his thing that he wants to do with his big damaging ults from his green, from his main ability, whatever. And then you look prior to Mr. Beast Gohan, Broly. Broly was a very good wall. Very, very well made. And obviously Stargated, you know? Not the thing people like to see, but he was Stargated. But he was very well made to be a very well-balanced character where he's not too broken in offense, not too broken in defense, and he actually had defense. He was very well made to be a good stopper to Cooler's a lot of cards that he's going to do. But he's a Super Saiyan, so you're going to screw over your team. It's diversity. It gives a dilemma, because having problems in the game is good. Having to work around solutions is good. I don't have notifications off, whoopsies. But having to work around solutions is good, right? If I have to think, okay, this one situation could form this 5 different situations to screw me over or help me, I have to actually think with my brain, figure out what to do during the match with my brain. With Beast Gohan, I don't have to think. Okay, neutral. Okay, neutral. Okay, neutral. Okay, neutral. Okay, double support. Okay, neutral. You don't have to think. The androids were the same thing. A little bit more, I guess, skill dependent. Not really skill dependent, but you would get a lot more value from them if you drop combos, right? Again, that's a low bar to set on skill dependency, because drop comboing is something like a BR50 nowadays, because the skill increase has happened where everyone should just understand what to do because they've seen it so many times done against them, that everyone knows how to drop combo. So having that there isn't saying the androids take more skill, but if you want to just bullshit yourself and say, yeah, androids take more skill than Beast, I guess, sure, why not? I guess technically early game they do, but it's just, it doesn't make sense, because you clearly see the problem where right now I have this new... Tag 4s are the newest, hottest unit in Dragon Ball Legends, right? That's what they are. And last year, GV came out and they were the newest, hottest unit in Dragon Ball Legends. The difference is, OG3 Riku was like a top 3 unit, right? He was like top 3, at least top 5, before GV came out. The night of GV dropping, he's tier 1. Deadass, he's tier 1. No stop, full throttle, tier 1. You see a power creep, right? Now, you might say, well, that's a bad thing. That power creep's bad. It's bad. We can't have that power creep such a, random jump. But we have that. We had that with the droids. Everyone prior to the droids for the past, like, 4 months, then the units post the droids for the next 4 months all became irrelevant compared to the droids. With Beast Gohan, every unit prior to Beast Gohan, and even a unit post Beast Gohan, is not as relevant and as good as Beast Gohan. So, what would be the preference? Where we have a hype celebration where you expect this new level of power, this awesomeness that's going to break the game and just be eclipsing everything? Or, oh, the April celebration. Oh, I didn't save CC for that, so I'm fucked and I can't do anything about it. Oh, they'll return in 4 months when they're going to lose their full goodness they had the entire 4 months that I didn't have them? Oh, okay. There has to be a build-up to this. There's no build-up to Beast Gohan being, yes, sir, I'm #1, and I'm gonna rule everything. Yes, sir. Pre-Legends Fest, even. That's the most disrespectful part. It's scummy, honestly, but it's disrespectful as fuck. You have the audacity to screw your players by saying, no, not during the festival will this most hype recency bias character come out prior to. And you better summon. You're going to skip because you think the Legends Fest units will be better because the syndrome of last year, the year prior, the year prior, the year prior, that they got power creeps, the units that came out prior to Legends Fest. You thought that would happen again? Because that's what a gacha game does. They bank on the hype celebrations to make them the most money and give us new broken units because people want to spend more because they're returning to the game because the new celebration began. They completely break that mold and make, oh yeah, you should have summoned on the bait. You should have summoned on the bait. Why didn't you summon on the bait? Why didn't you summon on this April LF here? Why didn't you summon? Why did you summon for Jiren and Ultra Kaioken, the big celebration? Why did you summon on that? Why did you summon on the 2 sparking 2EX unit banner? Why'd you summon on that banner? You're a dumbass. That's what Legends is telling you. Is it not? They're saying you're stupid as fuck for summoning on Jiren and Ultra Kaioken and AGF, who were all very good units, by the way, when they first came out. Kaioken being #1, Jiren being pretty good, especially at like a decent star threshold, AGF being like top 5 or something like that. And they tell you, nah, you're a fucking moron. You should have saved for the next month. Because this unit would power creep the last 4 months, and then the next 4 months of the game. They power creep 8 months of the game. And Beast Gohan's gonna do the same exact thing. I mean, he is. It's just how it is. It doesn't make sense. It's just like they can't think straight with this syndrome that they do here. Because the expectation's set. We know this. Legends Fest units will power creep the units prior. So when you dissuade from that expectation, and then you make it so Beast Gohan, okay, well now you're gonna run into only Beast Pan Puddle. Great. You know if Beast Gohan didn't exist right now, the team diversity we have, just exclude every unit from the Beast Gohan banner. Beast, Pan, Piccolo. Let's just exclude them. Let's just pretend they don't exist. And then we'll do the same thing for the androids, okay? Because this is the main problem. Team diversity doesn't exist because these units exist. These 2 units made the game not have diversity for the past, I would say, I don't know, what, 4 months with the droids, and then about 2 months so far with Beast. Gonna be 2 months soon. So 6 months, no diversity, because of these units. Let's just say they don't exist. What would you be running right now? You'd be running GT. You'd be trying to run PO. You'd even be trying to run androids, because the new 17, right? 3 different teams. Sun Family, you try to run. Hybrids you could try to run. LF Trunks is still good. You could run Puddle, and then you could just kind of copium a 3rd. Future you'd try to still run. Maybe even Fusions you'd still try to run. GT you'd run. That'd probably be... Honestly, GT probably be the best team in the game. Honestly. If there's no Pan or Beast, because every single best team in the game right now is Hybrid, Movie, Sun Family. And GT's probably 4. Hybrid, Movie, Sun Family is Pan, Beast. Pan, Beast. Pan, Beast. You remove them from the game, GT's probably #1 right now. In all reality, maybe Sun Family, GT, it doesn't matter, because you run Puddle, the 4s, and then whoever else, right? You just do that. So we'd have, what, 4 to 5 to 6 teams in the meta right now? And what do we have instead? We have Pan Beast, Pan Beast, Pan Beast, and then maybe GT. You get the problem? The androids, the same exact fucking thing. Regardless of the 92 future buffs we got consecutively, and then months later, we got the same 92 future buffs. The androids. It's the same exact premise. You didn't care. You didn't care who the third was. You just amped the androids, you win the game. It's simple. You lose the androids, you lose the game. You amp the androids, you win the game. It's simple. It was just a 1v3 on both ends. But really, it's a 1v1 because they're both using the androids, and then the other two units don't fucking exist. I remember the team prior to, I think it's the Fours, but even a little bit prior to Beast, was this was the best team for droids. Droids, free-to-play Cell, and Whis. Yeah, you want to talk about a 1v3 team, that's exactly what these units make. That is the problem, because they are a full team as an individual-based unit, so what you do, which is smart for the player that's doing it, but bad for the game, is you amp that one unit. Now, if you lose that one unit, oh, shucks, gee willikers, I lost that one match, time to win 57 more because, hey, I got to do something different, not lose that unit. That's a problem. That's a problem, because Beast is the same thing right now. You're running Pan, you're running Puddle. These are not actual units doing anything besides amping your Beast. It's a problem. The cooler meta, I know people didn't like it. I don't understand really why people didn't like it, to be fucking honest with you, but I know people didn't like it. But can I just enlighten you for a second? How many units at least stopped Cooler? Units that could stop these units? MV, fucking amazing option to stop Cooler. Beerus, amazing option. I was petrified of facing Beeruses when Cooler was number 1. Terrified! You think I'll ever get that experience again with Beast Gohan running around? Ever? No! What? Beerus? You think someone's running around that motherfucker? No! VB. I was terrified. I was starstruck by VB. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna strike into a blue card, then fucking murder me! I was terrified. See how there's different units to counter out the number 1 unit? You don't have to be uncounterable to be number 1. And now you do! Now you do with Beast, with the droids when they first came out. But you didn't have to be. You get the differential in that? You see how there's actually counterplay to the number 1 unit? And, you know, not making them so far above the number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 unit. A tier list right now, and I made one, is not consistent of actual top 10 units. Like, yes, they are all top 10, but number 1 to number 10 is like a 500 times differential in the power gap. If I look at Beast Gohan as number 1, and someone says Piccolo, or the new 17, or the droids, or USV is number 10, I laugh, because it's like, none of these units will do anything in any scenario, in any livelihood, to Beast Gohan. Ever. Ever. But yet they're in the same top 10. They're in the same damn list. You see them, and you see them both in the same list. If I look at number 2 or 3 or 4, I might think, okay, maybe. Oh wait, no, they can't. Because number 3 and 4 are 2 support units to amp out the motherfucker. You don't even... A top 10 is not even consistent on units who kill the best unit. It's consistent of units that amp the best unit, because that unit's so far above individually. You see how high Whis was rated when Purple Red was the best team in the game? People would say Whis was like top 12, top 10 sometimes. And he probably was. And it's not because he stopped anybody. He had a green card. That's all he did. That's all he did. When the cooler meta existed, VB, top 10. Beerus, maybe top 10. MV, like top 5, top 3, in my opinion, during the cooler meta. See how there's counters instead of, oh yeah, this unit, he amps Cooler, so he's top 3. Because there's counterplay. Because introducing counterplay actually makes the game a little bit more, you know, from fucking checkers to not chess, because it's really not chess, but more like chess. It's from fucking tic-tac-toe to hide-and-seek with your fucking 3-year-old nephew to chess, to checkers. See? A little bit more complication there. Thinking about the game a little bit more. Thinking, how the fuck can I solve this problem? Oh, I bring this unit. Oh, I don't have this unit. Okay, I bring this one. There's actual solutions to units being so good. Whoa! Beast Gohan, no solution. Counter to the Beast? Beast. The counter to the androids when the androids came out? The androids. You want to know the counter to the 4s? I made a video on it. The counter to the 4s, I'm going to give you a secret. Come here. Listen. The counter to the tag 4s is Beast Gohan. Do you see their color? In case you guys can't see, they're green. They're green. Do you want to know that Beast Gohan's blue, and then the counter isn't a green? It's not a green. Do you want to know another green that's not a counter? It's not a counter to Beast Gohan. But these are green units! These are greens! Why aren't they counters? Because you introduce a unit with such broken mechanics that are so proccable so easily with amp support of the best team, the best equips in the game, doesn't make much sense. They can't be countered. Hey look, Kaioken. How'd you stop him? You ran Kaioken because Kaioken had the same syndrome. Not as extensive because it fucking ended with boost, but Kaioken had the same syndrome. You ran Super Saiyan Blue Green Vegeta, you ran fucking Vados, you ran Kaioken. What's that team, guys? Can we spell it out? Double support! These aren't actual metas. These are just 1v3s. That's the problem. Pointing out the problem? That's the problem! Now, a solution to this problem. There's a couple you could actually think of. Now, one is a very much band-aid. And we'll name that first. The solution is you counter out that best unit. Simple. You make them be countered out. Now, can you do this successfully? Yes, it's pretty simple. Beast Gohan, how do I counter them out? I introduce a unit that is green, and they give cancel buff effect on entry 5 times. Same thing as Beast Gohan gets neutral 5 times, cancel buff effect on entry 5 times, and then they have a God Topo-S mechanic where they enter, they up sub count by 3. What that does is they get to do a very big burst amount of damage, whether it be a strike or blast based unit, and then from there, well, Beast Gohan's not neutral in that setting, so Beast Gohan really gets neutered because that unit canceled his neutral on his entry, and it keeps doing it over and over again. But what that gives, again, is a band-aid that stops Beast Gohan from being this broken god, but it also allows you, oh, I could just run him with my Beast Gohan, because leader slot exists, the fucking dumbest mechanic ever. And then there, oh, well, I'm going to counter their Beast Gohans, and I'll just play smarter. My Beast Gohan's still fine. Maybe he'll fall a little bit in value, maybe just teensy tiny bit from like number 1 to like number 3. Oh no! But it'll be a solution. It is a technical solution. So that, counter out that best unit. That's a solution. Others, really? It's to be predictable. This game really is predictable a lot of times of the year. It's like, okay, these are the dry times, you know, September, October, you know, maybe November starts to be hype where we are now, December, January, and then we kind of simmer down a little bit till anniversary, right? Simmer down March, April, May, then we have June, July, August, hype. So what we shouldn't be doing, just a thought, with 2 units now that made the game stale as shit for everybody, is introduce units during these cooldown periods of big celebrations, because you want to make... It doesn't even make sense from a money aspect. Like, it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Releasing the droids being number 1 for that long as a money aspect during fucking April for no reason is stupid as shit. You're not making any, like, big bank from your buck. Like, if the tag 4s are number 1, we probably would have hit top grossing, but you don't feel inclined to summon. Doing this method where it's predictable that this power creep will happen, because yes, we can't avoid power creep. Tough fucking noodles. It's gonna happen. Great understanding. But having a random times of power creep is far less acceptable, far less understood, and far less good for the game. Because if there's an expectation of, okay, I gotta save for Legends, I gotta save for Anniversary, there's gonna be big stuff, these units are gonna replace this, units are gonna replace that, I gotta save, do not summon for these other units, even if they're number 1 right now. No, Legends Fest will stop them. No, Anniversary will stop them. I fucking believe it! And then you ruin that. Why'd you ruin that? Why'd you do that? Why did it take 3 Anniversary parts, 3, to kind of hurt the androids? 3 Anniversary parts? Look at where the androids dropped. Look at look at what they're before. They're before the next LF. They're before MEY. So this is another pre-bait that ruins everything preceding it. And it's like, what? Why did this unit come out? What did they do that made anything more enjoyable? They made the anniversary units look irrelevant in comparison to them as solo individual units. What did the androids do to help the game or help them create more money? Why would someone summon for MEY, Dragon Fist, Ultra Vegito, when the androids existed and they were number one? When you just ran simply Whis, droids, whoever the fuck else third, it didn't matter, and then you won. Why would you release them then? I get it, maybe after anniversary, bait your community, bait them. Like, you know what? No, we're releasing the androids here after Ultra Vegito. Stop Ultra Vegito for free today. Click here, type shit, right? Do that, sure. Be a fucking scummy ass company on the after, but the before, you're not making sense in a revenue department too. No one's gonna summon for them if they don't fully see, like, let me not say that. People will summon, but people will not summon as hard for them because they don't know their full value. Sure, they stopped Kaioken, sure they stopped Jiren, but the anniversary is gonna stop them. So I'm not gonna summon on them. That's the mentality people have. If they come out after anniversary, if you want to be a scummy ass company, drop them after anniversary, because people understand, wait, this is a good red. They can also be advantage to Gogeta? Oh shit, I should summon now, after anniversary. God damn it, I summoned for Ultra Vegeta, what a fucking mistake. But now I can stop Vegito and Gogeta from screwing me over, as they have been since anniversary ended. You see how that makes more money? You see how that actually entices you? Because you see that the androids are better than MEY, then Dragon Fist, then Vegito, then Kaioken, then Jiren, then Gogeta. You see how there's actual reasoning to summon because you know what already happened and you already got to experience all the anniversary fun stuff? Legends wants to put a nail in the coffin, go for it. But at least let the experience exist. It's the same thing with Beast Gohan. If he came out after this big festival, that'd be fine. It really would. Sure, enjoy your time with the Tag Force being number one. Enjoy them. Let them thrive. But instead you say no. Instead you say, nah, Beast Gohan's still going to be better. Beast Gohan's still going to one-shot them. It's just the dumbest mentality. And the only way to fix that, like full fix that, is go back to being predictable. We knew first anniversary, second anniversary. No shit, Vegito's number one from both anniversaries. Super Vegito number one, Vegito Blue number one. Third anniversary kind of pulled a funny on us, where it did what I just mentioned. Part 1 banners were shit, and then Part 2 banners, lo and behold, Ralphon's number one. Wow, it's crazy. It's almost like they kind of attempted to, with CMZ at least. They tried to let us enjoy our time with the number one banner unit from Part 1, with G4, CMZ, all that. Given G4 and all them were just power crept by other Zenkai units because Zenkais are too strong, and that was just a dumb mistake on their part. But they tried to let us enjoy our Part 1 units with CMZ, at least, because he was very good, right? And then they said, okay, stop your fun. Now you have to summon. Now you got to go back in. But it makes sense to do that because you're expecting it during anniversary. Maybe you're not expecting a second part. Maybe you're not expecting that. Maybe that was unexpected to everybody, and it probably was. But at least you got to use the damn units. At least you got to use CMZ and understand how good his value is be, because their best value is usually on their release of these units. Very few units gain a lot of value without a Zenkai, without a Plat, and just from raw meta basis. Beerus, one of them. MV, one of them. Right? Very few, though. The Tag 4s will be their greatest that they are right now. Part 2 is probably USS. Part 3 is probably not a GT Ultra, because what the fuck from GT is Ultra worthy? That's gonna make them bank? Nothing. FSK is Ultra worthy. VB is Ultra worthy. FSK is a hybrid. See the understanding? The hybrids are gonna get buffed regardless. You see that that's gonna happen regardless? So doing it now doesn't make sense with a beast already existing? You see? Make it predictable so people can actually spend on these characters, because, oh, I don't have the Tag 4s, but I have Beast, so I can kill the Tag 4s. But it comes out after. I think this is a very common sense solution. Just be predictable. Every gacha game is predictable as fuck. Legends trying to be its goofy self, yet again, trying to be, hey, listen, I know you might think this festival should power creep a lot of characters, but it won't. Pan's still gonna be top 2, brother. Top 3. Beast's still number 1, brother. Maybe top 2 when Ultra FSK drops, and he's surpassed by him, but they're the same team. Dokkan, any successful gacha game, allows their anniversary to be their power creep time. Their biggest power creep time. They'll happen during the year, but their big ones are meant there. Legends trying to be different and be the edgy kid in school and change that up in their formula with Beast and the droids is not the move. It is set in stone for these other gachas because, hey, lo and behold, people are expecting this power creep. People will spend on this power creep because they know when to expect it. People save months and years, maybe not years, months and weeks for anniversary, for fest, for whatever big celebration those gachas have. And when you just slaughter that in the fucking throat because, hey, we want a quick bank for our buck. Hey, go on, come out, bro. You just ruin it for everybody. For yourself, too. You, again, make less money by doing that. I explained it with the androids. You can understand that their value is very high if they came out post-anniversary or pre-anniversary. You see it more, though, post, because you understand. Oh, look, this red beats that yellow. Oh, my God. They baited us. Now I have to summon for the new LF. Oh, my God. They tag out and they beat the blue. Oh, my God. And now I really get to summon for this new LF instead of I should have known summon for the anniversary. And then people spend money because they realize, oh, my God, my best unit just got countered out. Now I need to counter them back out. So I need that best unit again. It's so simple. It's so simple. The way to make money is so simple. And yet you're so brain rot, this fucking dev team with this shit. Where you just want your quick bang for your buck. And you make a number 1 unit prior to this, or after this, or post this. And it's just, you like to waste money. You really do. You made Trunks subpar. Trunks didn't even hit the revenue threshold that they want to hit for the month. He didn't, because he's so subpar. He's so useless. There were already 50 fucking future buffs already coming out. There was no need for Trunks. He was unnecessary. And he didn't hit the revenue threshold. Trunks is a very hyped character. This scene is his scene. It is his most hyped scene that he exists in. And yet you drop the ball. It's like, if you can't get Trunks to hit your little revenue margins because you don't know how to design a kit and you make him undertoned to shit where nobody feels the need to summon, you have no idea what you're doing. And that's clear by the Beast timing drop, especially by the Android timing drop because anniversary, but the Beast timing drop even more so now because the Tag 4s can't even shine in their fucking spotlight. I betcha, just a hunch, Part 2 units won't shine in their spotlight either. Maybe it'll be number 2, 3, 4, 5. And guess what they should be? Because it's a festival. It's a celebration we expect and have for the last 4 years. They should be the best. Because power creep happens during the hype times that are expected. Not the month prior, not the week prior, not 2 months prior, not 4 months prior. It happens during. That's what power creep happens. You get power creep when you're expecting it because you want people to summon and use the cha-ching. Right? Right? Is that not common sense? Are we not thinking common sense wise, guys? Do we not want money? Must not want money, man. Because if you're dropping units like this shit, with these shit tier timings, you must want to shut down the game or something, and I don't really get it. That is your solution. That's how you fix it. Genuinely. That's it. There's no other way. Understand that these units and these times for these units to drop have good timings set for every other gacha, and you trying to be a different game because you're the edgy kid in class will not make you more money. It in fact makes you a fifth or sixth of the money of your counterpart game. And I understand, one's a collection game, one's a PvP game, the PvP game's gonna make less because people don't want to have to fucking play PvP. They like a more casual game. I get that. But Legends should not still be making a quarter or a 16th of Dokkan. It is not that, like, young. It should not. It should be making a fourth, a third, maybe. But when you can't even get Trunks to hit your little margins, and then you drop, I don't even fucking know, Cooler as number 1 because of that, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And then when Cooler hits your little margin, you're like, alright, Broly can come out. Ah, Broly got under summoned on because people are downplaying him? Ah, shucks. Back up. Gotta make a number 1 unit again. Broken. Make everyone summon right now. Pre-festival. It's so fucking month to month. It's so fucking dumb. If you think in a yearly fucking schedule, you will actually make so much more money as a company. It is so much common sense. I struggle to understand how they don't understand this concept. When to drop characters that are overpowered and maybe not hype. It is the most common sense logic. And Legends fails miserably. They did it with the androids, then they drop a hype character pre a big celebration that could have came out after the celebration and made them more money because that unit would be number 1 after the celebration, but now they're number 1 during it, so now people don't feel the need to summon for this new character coming out during it because the unit that came out pre it is already better. If you want more money, you simply drop the unit later. It is the simplest fucking logic, yet you struggle so inconsequentially. Actually, wrong word, because there's a consequence. You're wasting your own fucking time and money. Good job, Legends devs. Really smart. You want money, you drop the units the wrong times. That's why your fucking margins are ass. That's the solution. Just drop the units at predictable times that are meant to power creep the game. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is not meant to be a rant, but it does piss me off. I'll see you guys in the next one.